Right. I'll be brief. I want to start with a positive about this vote, and that is at least we will have this decision over with after a few more minutes, and folks will have some clarity about next year's election. While the General Assembly, I think most folks know by this point, has the ability to change things back, I hope they don't, as all I think that'll do is result in costly litigation. That'll be a waste of taxpayer money and a serious distraction. So if you support a system with some districts, as I do, I actually think the best way of going about it is through a voter referendum that our charter allows, as long as you get a petition signed by 15% of registered voters in the city. It's a high bar for sure, but it's not impossible. For my own opinion, and again, I've been pretty vocal about this, I think going back to an all-at-large system is probably the worst route we could have taken. While it might be better for certain council members individually, I think for the city as a whole, for the average resident, for minority communities seeking better access to the representatives, it's the worst system out there. And that's not just my view, it's shared by many others, civil rights and voter rights organizations. During this process, we didn't take the time to investigate the facts, and I think that's unfortunate. I do want to take a moment to do something unusual, and that is to thank a member of the public, Jonathan Wainscott, for the time that you took analyzing the data and the facts. You were one of the few who did, and you had to endure people criticizing your motives. But I've listened closely, and never once did I hear someone contradict a statement that you made. Asheville can be a place that cares more about who says something than the truth of what they're saying. Finally, with this return to at-large elections, I think as a political observer, next year's city council elections will be like nothing we've ever seen before. The primary turnout will probably be twice the turnout when I was elected, and the general election about 3 times. People who have never voted in a council election will actually probably outnumber those who have in next year's election. And to those who support this action tonight, we'll see what happens next year, but all I can say is be careful what you wish for, you just may get it.
That's okay, Maggie. Appreciate it. You all have Vijay to thank for me not giving my prepared remarks tonight. Thank you. My name is Jonathan Wainscott. I appreciate the shout out. Really? That was the fastest 3 minutes I've ever had.
We almost made it. We almost
swear that
got
was
all the
3
way through.
We ready? Am I on? Thanks, Maggie, for the extra couple seconds tonight. Thank you, Mr. Kapoor. Again, I came out tonight to address some things that were said at council last week, but I'd prefer to leave a few of those out. Thanks for your courage, again, to speak out on an unpopular position. I think that at one point you may have described this as political suicide, and thank you for your recognition. I'm really disappointed in the rest of everybody. I'm really disappointed in the silence some of you have taken on this issue. I'm appreciative of the grace that most of you have displayed when it's come to withstanding harsh criticism. I disagree that this is over. Certainly not. This law came about by way of a citizen of Asheville going to their legislator to get the representation that she found to be lacking in the city. It was not a Republican-led effort. It won't be a Republican-led effort to reverse your reversal. I plan on being engaged in that. I was really hoping that we could get on to other things, but I'll be here to talk about the Tourism Development Authority, other things throughout the year, and thank you. Thanks for trying. Have a good night.